you.
It's a pleasure. Welcome to the European Parliament. Indeed. Very good, thank you very much. And your pleasure. Thank you very much. So, okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
I was very happy, Prime Minister, to meet with you, and I would publicly once more welcome you and congratulate you as one of the front runners of our Eastern Partnership policy to the result of the yesterday vote in the Foreign Affairs Committee about the association agreement. The overwhelming majority we had there is also the prediction for that overwhelming majority we will have in December when we put it on the agenda of the Chamber and ratify the agreement. I think we should raise here that we agree to work closely together and to deepen our further cooperation economically and also from a very practical point of view, and therefore I raise once more the point that the European Parliament will look to the visa regime and to make it as effective as possible in a short-term procedure to make access for enterprises and for investors and for entrepreneurs personally to get the necessary access to the European single market in a speed-up way, and we will look carefully to it. I raised also in our meeting, Prime Minister, the questions of reforms in your country. I raised that the European Parliament has some expectation on which is concerning the deepening of the democratic structure in the country, the reform of the juridical system, which is linked to our cooperation agreements, and also to the economic and financial aid the European Union will grant to your country. It was a very open-minded meeting. We raised also the relationship of the European Union to Russia, which has an influence directly on your country, your relationship to Russia, the situation in South Ossetia and in Abkhazia. We discussed the whole range of problems there. I want to stress here publicly an element, Prime Minister. The European Union welcomes highly your participation in the action undertaken by the international community in Mali and in Central Africa, which shows that your country is always committed to help to solve problems on the international level. Therefore, once more, thank you very much for your visit. Congratulations once more, and I'm looking forward for our also personal cooperation.
Thank you very much. Mr. President, thank you very much for this meeting. We highly value the open dialogue with President Schulz and the European Parliament at large. During our meeting, we discussed main directions on our cooperation agenda. We very much appreciate the firm support of the European Parliament and of Mr. Schulz personally to Georgia and its European choice. The European Parliament is an important partner of Georgia, and the voice of which has grown much stronger with the increased competences and enhanced role in the entire EU institutional architecture based on the Lisbon Treaty. 2014 is a year of achievements for my country. The association agreement with the European Union is the master plan of Georgia's Europeanization and Georgia's modernization. It is a concrete demonstration of Georgia's firm commitment to the path of political association and economic integration with the European Union, creating solid grounds for further progressive development of our relationship. Although the association agreement is not the final goal in our cooperation, and we look forward to ratification of the association agreement by the European Parliament in December, which carries great legal, political, and symbolic importance to Georgia. This would also set an example to other national parliaments of the EU member states, enabling full application of the association agreement in the near future. Today, effective implementation of the association agreement is key. To this end, we welcome the provisional application of this comprehensive agreement and express full commitment to timely advance in this process. And we are determined to deliver concrete results by the Riga summit next year. Our primary focus is to intensify efforts to consolidate democracy in Georgia, strengthen the rule of law and good governance, independence of judiciary, human rights and fundamental freedoms. And to this end, we are confident that implementation of the association agreement will ultimately transform Georgia into this stable and functional pluralist democracy with effective checks and balances and strong democratic institutions. I also want to mention that establishing the visa-free regime, as you mentioned, Mr. President, with the European Union is one of the main priorities for my country, and which is the most attractive results of Georgia's European integration process in a short-term perspective and brings tangible benefits for ordinary citizens of Georgia. We have finalized the first phase of Visa Liberalization Action Plan, which was confirmed by the recent Commission's second progress report, and this opens the way towards introduction of the visa-free regime between the European Union and Georgia in a secure and well-managed environment. And we have a new reality in the EU-Georgia relations. Today, in this process, we are ready to intensify dialogue with the European Parliament. Yesterday, as we discussed during the meeting, we had the first meeting of the Association Council, which is yet another historical occasion on Georgia's European way. On the same line, we look forward to timely establishment of the EU-Georgia Parliamentary Association Committee, as envisaged in the association agreement, that will facilitate deeper political dialogue at the parliamentary level. I would like to thank the European Parliament for its bold statements and its resolution supporting Georgia's European perspective, as well as its territorial integrity within its internationally recognized border and efforts to promote a peaceful conflict resolution. In this challenging process, we rely on the firm support of the European Parliament to defend the fundamental principles of sovereignty and non-interference and the right of each nation to define and conduct its own foreign policy. Once again, Mr. President, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.